Hello, this is Joe from Nerd in Korea. We are doing our MTG budget keywords, and today we're looking at Shadow, which is a very interesting one. So what is this series about? We look at different keywords and talk about why they're good and where you might want to include them. So this is very similar to Fly, but better. I think this is a much better version of Fly. And finally, as usual, we'll look at some budget cards that have this. Yeah, you definitely want to pick up some of these, I think. So what is Shadow? First of all, it's an evasion ability. That means it makes it so people can't block you. All evasion abilities like Fly, Menace, Fear, whatever else, they're all about making your creature unblockable under certain conditions. So creatures with Shadow can only be blocked by other creatures with Shadow. So it's kind of like Fly, where a flyer can block a flyer. But yeah, this is like a Shadow can only block a Shadow. They actually cannot block regular creatures. That's one problem. So this is a rarely used mechanic, so creatures with Shadow or granted Shadow will likely be unblockable. I've seen someone use Shadow once in one game. That's it. This is something that's very uncommon, which is great for evasion, because yeah, that's exactly what you want to look for. So this has no other ability to counter it, right? There's no nothing that lets people just oh, my creature has this, so I can block things with Shadow as well. There's nothing like that. Anyway, okay? Sound familiar? Okay, this mechanic is very similar to Fly. Fly is the most common evasion ability, right? So Fly you'll see in a lot of creatures all the time. It's common enough that it does have an ability that counters it that is not Fly. So Reach, right? Fly has Reach as kind of like an analog, or not analog, I guess something that the opposite of an analog. Anyway, as something that can counter it basically, where Shadow does not. I think mostly because it's so uncommon. Honorable mentions. Alright, so Dothy Jackal for 2 and a black. It's a 2/1 and it has Shadow as usual. Sacrifice it. Destroy target blocking creature. Again, the creature only has to be blocking. It doesn't say blocking it, right? It doesn't have to block it. Just has to be a blocking creature. 11 cents. Dothy Mind Ripper. 3 and a black for a 2/1. Again, Shadow. Sacrifice Dothy Mind Ripper. Defending player chooses and discards 3 cards. Use this ability only if Dothy Mind Ripper is attacking and unblocked. Probably going to be unblocked. Making people discard 3 cards is huge, right? You have any discard deck, this is like a must-have. Anyway, 6 whole cents. And Looter Elcor for 1 and a blue, a 1/1, and whenever Looter Elcor deals damage to an opponent, draw a card, then discard a card. Again, it has Shadow, so 1/1 with Shadow that usually can't be blocked unless you not really gain card advantage, but card sorting. When you draw and discard, it's more about sorting, not really card advantage. Anyway, 5 cents. So number 5, getting into our budget ones here. Stronghold Rats. Okay, 2 and a black. This is something I included in a deck recently, or not that recently. I guess the first budget deck I made had this. So once again, a 2/1, which seems really common for these Shadow creatures. And whenever a Stronghold Rats deals combat damage to a player, each player discards a card. This does include you. So you are going to have to discard with everyone else. What you do is you include something like Madness, or even have things that you want to discard, like to get your graveyard filled. Maybe you have different card types you need in the graveyard, or you have just a number of cards for Delve or something like that you can really take advantage of this easily. Anyway, 39 cents. Number 4. Dothy Cutthroat. Okay, 1 black for a 1/1. Finally a bit cheaper, CMC wise I mean. Once again has shadow of course, and for 1 black you can tap it, destroy target creature with shadow. So this is like an anti-shadow creature. Kind of seems like it might not be useful most of the time, but we're going to get to that. Anyway, 25 cents. If someone does use shadow, this is something you're going to want to counter them, but there's other ways we can use this. This is like a combo piece here. Not like infinite combo, just regular combo. Number 3. Shadow Rift. Okay, so for 1 blue only, it is an instant. Target creature gains shadow until end of turn. Draw a card. So this is a cantrip, right? It's going to cost you 1 mana, and it replaces itself. This is so good for so many reasons. Remember, you can also use this on any creature. So again, you can do that like give a creature shadow if it's attacking your opponent, another opponent in a multiplayer game. One opponent's attacking another opponent, give that one of the creatures shadow so they get through, do the damage, and then do the cutthroat and like kill that creature. I'm not supposed to use that word. Destroy that creature after. 185 for that one. Number 2. Spirit Endow. Okay, this actually has a keyword I'm going to use in my next keyword thing. I didn't include this card on that because I'm putting it on this list, but it deserves to be. That's very good. Anyway, okay. For 2 and a white, it is a 2/1 with shadow. Unusual for white is kind of what stands out to me, but also it has forecast. So for 1 and a white, you can reveal it during your upkeep and only once during your upkeep. Target creature gains shadow until end of turn. So basically, you show that you have it in your hand, you pay the mana cost, and it goes straight back to your hand. Forecast is very useful. Oh my. But yeah, you're giving any creature shadow. Only during your upkeep, unfortunately. So I guess this you couldn't really use on other people or other creatures. But yeah. Anyway, 41 cents. Which keyword do you want to see? I'm always interested to hear. I love feedback. I always take feedback. I feel like people don't think YouTubers are going to like respond to feedback. But anyway, please hit like and subscribe. It helps so much. It really does. It makes a big difference. And number 1. Okay. So Dothy Trapper. For 2 and a black, this is a 1/1. Again, you can tap it, target creature gains shadow until end of turn. This is great for that combo I was talking about, where it's like, tap this, give anything shadow, you can let it attack someone else, and then you use the cutthroat to just destroy it right away. Or even just use them together to keep taking out things if you want, especially if you've got some kind of untap effect. If you can keep untapping them, you can keep giving other things shadow, and then destroying them, shadow destroy, right? Just over and over and over. Makes for a very reusable target removal. Is just so good. Even if you can't untap, it's still quite good. All right, 35 cents. The list. Okay. Stronghold Rats is 39 cents. Dothy Cutthroat is 25 cents. I gotta order one of those. Shadow Rift, 185. Spirit Indel, 41 cents. And finally, Dothy Trapper, 35 cents. Okay, take it easy.